abanda da na siesi ho a wo bi dwa no wonne man de bonkum ni fasa man person meba yeso ye ba ya beto aso no man akasa man so mo challenge eye kwan ye ba ye o mo challenge ye kwan ne ya kwan ya dreams nyina awie o mo mra adane asem it na wo say ye make sure say the man panyin ka say ye project bia ban this Kessben bia won fe say be kan wo dem no ye hwe na market na timi ye adwuma ti e de ye say ye de mo ba bia o mo abaji ye no ko market is asa o mo na age ba wa fe mo so ma ti no say hwe so ba no ma ba ye adwuma ya ma wo mo emre bebrebe ye no mo hia several times the information enja ye say o ma yo mo de nyina no mo jeja table na so o ma yo mo de nyina fi table nti wo ba ye say wo ko ho a ba bia market ya demonetization nto se kura na fomo wo ta ko hwe ibia ni ho o ma yo mo de nyina afiro ma jeja table no mo de say abaja pade say o mo yimi abaja pade e no yi niam na ko fie e ti ye tena o ma ne ye o man say ya emoa e bi say aban tam sika besi market we na o brem na so ma e mra market ne so wa tam sika da betua market ne ka na bo so kire say enwinti na man no aye ko gina mo say obi ya nyi ne niam
ebo ho dwom de wo mo de ye no Ghana wo mo si ye wo mo si amaye ne wo mo si ye nko no ampanyifo na kwa kantam atoso enti nka ye twen se entwen do be kantam no ho ansem be wie e na yakọ wo mo se da entam no nje ntam wo mo tua fa so nra nwumre be 8 to 9 enu wo mo de die be no be si ha machine no e be si ha ye du ye niam nyina tuagu ye so de aba bo si na ye adwuma ye du niam nyina tuagu asa ye niam nyina sese yemfa hene ye ne to aba no ye ne to aba no enti susu ampa se bia mo ye ni eye sese kwa ye nya dai omuso mo si jaja no mo si no soso no ekwan no mo omuso ye nkwana kwan na nye ensuota chi ekogu dwane mu sese ye nra ye koya anajo mu di grade abedwi ye ne nyina ase no sese ba bia ye bedi dakwa ye ni bi obu ye no nyina ma ye be ko omunya kwan no ma ye ekwan no titru na hia ye omunya kwan no edwa soso no ye sija ye bieja edwa no mu mie ye omunya na se ewaso ye nsuoti ensuo ne bola so no mkosi ye edwa no mu mie
Majo ene enyumri eba jumadia ye friend say Adwenkyere so Kessben television so ene enyumri so yatena se ya yeba abedi juma no Ghana ho edonti ene yatena se a ye ne yahwefo ene yapamfo ene yebedi jumadie no amana efe na nsem no edoso na ebenya daje na yedi ho enkomo bi ena wotie ye no na nyame adom ye nyampemfo emienu ewo hanoma omo ebeboa ema ye nkomo twetwe no etimi akọ nanim na sei enetie enensem no ye bomoden na yahwe ensemfoa mienu ya ye ni edi akiri na yedi enkomo ede afa hom de di kan ye hwe se ene ye hwe Ghana ye humasua ya yesuen ya susuampa se betime nya hotoso ewom se ene se de ewiase ekroi ye humasua no ye de tonse ni a bebi a humasua no ene bebi a ene wiase ekroi enankwan ba akoso anase buabura na kwan be ne betimi ya faso a ebemma ne ye kire ye nkwada no ewo school dan mu no eho beba mfaso a daachi bi se bomu ewie school a na omanya employable skills se de obroni ebeka no na omo edi dwuma na se ekoye krata ya yewi a white collar job ya bokotin abotai na sebi obi akwa engineering nenso ka botukura bi ana onim kwan ni ba bi a ekra ewo ene ebijafo ebehwe ebema atenase na yedi saa enkomo no ene enwumre enso ewo dwumadie su enye no nko yebesan ahwe dwumaye eho ensensem eho ensem enso ewo hanom sei ene unemployment adokro oman Ghana encheye ena info analytics ebekoye dwuma anasomo ekoye eye survey ye betodwa se omo ade omo ni kiremu NDC kra empesua na se bebi a NDC fo no wona dodo na delegates ne grassroots no na mu beye ohamu nchemu adioso enwotwe e kire se ade ba ko a aha omo pa ne se wo mu enya adwuma enye ene ye man Ghana ekwan be ne betumi afa so ama titru emabunu no anya adwuma aye ese mabunu enye adwuma anye ewo man mu a threat to national security ene omampeni ede aye 1 million koda ehun sensema ba ya distribution no yehun sede ehun ensemote MPP penso yehun napkunum ene wayefo ene de omo yenyina are we saying say sannyema ye de tutu akwan mu no are they sustainable Inyuma hodwa sebi yesi ya pe obete ya ban we say oba we bi nyuma be 3 million ne de ekeka ho 3000 2000 de ekeka ho still amafo ewo amanmu a omunye adwuma kwan ben so na yemfa ye behwe se yeman Ghana mabunu no ebenye adwuma aye ama amanfo eho atowo mo we eyensemfo amienu a ene anwumre ye gina kasamfoni so na yebisa na yene yabudwafo adwendwen ho abobo ho awutie so ka ho mepam obetimi ede wadwenkyere ede afa yen ahomatrofo nso ede betudwa na nso wodo wakyenkyere ede afa so na odi aba na yenso ya kenkan no sede yedi adwuma ewo Kessben media iso ha pepepe na midin ede kwabena OWUSU DANKWAH e ka message medin ya malam ya na ahyehye ya ede bremo together without technical team no ya trase ene enwumre na ya di adwenkyere ede abre be kyere adwen ewo ensem no enso ehun Ora Richmond Wellington member Ashanti Regional Communication Team the National Democratic Congress ono ewa ha sanso na Honorable George Akom parliamentary candidate the New Patriotic Party ewa Sechafam Place ono so ewa hanom se ya yebeboa na afi yedi dwumadie no na yaka ho ensem me ahwe videos ba ko mienu bi na afi yeba yedi eho ensem dodo na enso ade atodwa yeshase enfam free the Ministry of Education eho na Honorable Haruna Idrisu ono soefo ewo ho na enche na beto dwa se yebie kwan se womo akọ school ya womo abo degree ya omo ewo license certificate woman national service awie ene nkrata hodo Ghana academy nyina no so okuta wenum nyina ane na yebia tum emre kakra se monso muntumi apply na enei yenya kwenya na yempe teacherfo ne bi na womo nso enko na womo enkonko kirade emfa emma yen enkwada no na yebie tum no ade no yebie no enanu fiada anwumre edu memenda awia na akatum obetia minister de betudwa se yepenipa 7000 na 7000 no yebie na edu 12000 yentum yese asat now nipa 40000 and I had to apply yentie nsem no said the minister no ede etudwa
should be employing. If resources were available, we should be employing and recruiting up to 50,000 teachers across the country. But owing to budgetary constraints, we are unable to do that. The Ministry of Education received clearance from the Ministry of Finance to recruit up to 7,000 teachers with degree and diplomas. And accordingly, the process has been advertised in an open, transparent manner. My understanding is that it reflected need because many, if not all, the district assemblies were involved, particularly those that need teachers very critically. And as the portal opened, when it got to 40,000, the Ghana Education Service instructively closed it in order that we didn't have a stampede of numbers. And therefore, those who were fortunate would be critically examined and assessed in terms of their readiness, their competence and qualification and the best 7,000 of the over 40,000 applicants. At least my understanding, as I spoke to the Director General of Education yesterday, Professor David, even within that time period, we had up to 40,000 applicants, and we have only room for 7,000 applicants. So we take the best out of the 40,000. Better luck next time for those who have an
opportunity. Na eho ensem no 40,000 apply na initial credit is about 90,000 and na omo okwan so a chese nke bie twem kakra bi kom nyina apply sansem kroya na EduWatch eno Africa Education Watch womo ese ene ministry no emra bonting na ene womo enkyere 7,000 na womo epen kra no kwan ben no mbefa so a ombechichim omso omhwe Ghana hanom a nwumasua na se teacher for e wo school num no in fact enche yie kra okọ sebi ye nkurase na ho de nyenyenyenyenyenye teacher for no dodo na eni ho okọ Northern region for example de mo eche ne se enam se teacher for eni ho nti nkwala dodo no kra jai school a wo mo enko school yenko tie de EduWatch for enso editudwa.
Ghana has about 15,000 more teachers than required to meet the teacher ratio of 30:1 at the KG and primary level. At the JHS level, however, there are deficits, especially in STEM subject areas. This provides a context for our findings in Sherry. Despite surplus teacher situation, at education level in primary school, some 30,000 classrooms still lack teachers due to distributive inefficiencies, culminating in surplus teacher deployment in regional capitals, metropolitan areas, and urban municipalities. In the northern region, for instance, while there are 1,000 more primary and junior school teachers than needed, about 40% of them are concentrated in Tamale and Sanarico alone. In Tamale and Sanarico, however, only 25% of students in the Northern region are found in schools. This situation, obviously, continues to deny rural districts access to teachers. As a result of the poor distribution of teachers, our monitoring uncovered that 20% of primary schools in that school district were manned by only one teacher.
EduWatch for also in summer, omo ede etu edwa enso no mefia ni chim ewo ora Maxwell Kofi Juma yanko na kache na yemfa entudwa se enei yokofo abawura ne fie watonsu akọ sanyama reporter eba from the communications director of the New Patriotic Party was Santimante Murapo Yando odi atudwa ene se enei yokofo abawura ne fie omra na papa no eni ho a womu akọ sanya obeka ya papa yi omu eguso omu hwehwe ne nsemu efa kwan ofa so a wodi ne dwuma omra obeye panin ewo Gihok omu HSS procurement breaches being in Croneba eno eho ensensem yenko na fe yenhwe osade ohwe ne yafidie so sana eho ensem tini fie omura ho no omu ransake ho ebi ena yeyi enso ede echremu enso ewo ekasa emfoni eno eso yentie sema ekoso enso ewo ho.
The keys in this house, you have taken everything. Is it okay? With an inscription that they have an instruction from the Yoko boss that they have all the keys in this house, you have taken everything. Is it okay? With an inscription that they have an instruction from the Yoko boss that they have to come and search Honorable Kofi Jume's house. Which is not a. They have taken all the pictures. They have taken all the documents in his room, and then his laptop. And then what do we call it? All the keys to this house. So I asked him, why are you sending the keys? They said that they have to take it. I said, has he stolen anybody's building or whatever? They were just not ready to answer that. So they took all those things and went out. But the problem is that must it be a crime for a Ghanaian to serve his country? Must it be a crime that when after service they have to subject you to this ridicule. Now the whole house or the whole world will have to know your room, your private. What has happened to the normal way of inviting people for documents or other things? What has happened to that? The issue is that I will call it political witch hunting or political persecution. I don't think it's the way to go. When government change, it doesn't mean you should subject the other to this kind of criminal attack. I will call it criminal attack. You shouldn't subject your opponent to this. And power will change. Definitely power will change. And when it changes...
We the communications director the New Patriotic Party Orapo Yando ena otisa odi ensemi edi tuja yadaso kumase mayanko kijetia phase 2 edwedifo a ewo honom enne womani abriye papa se krodom na de omo kanyina ene se womatra fi ache mfie numnie ya yetu omo se ye ba besiesie kijina ache ene owom se ye de bi ekọ aye race course se omonko nomkodi dwane so dodo na enom ye omampani abedi akire aye Professor Jane na opoko agima ba be se omobo omse besi ne omo ento ho ebe ya wo ma omhwe kejeti aso no yense se omo ne fa nipa from ma se be ye betimi ahwe amanema etima koyam yenti nsema wo mo ede atudwa
ene ye wa ha no pai na ya ha nyina ye ensimfua ba ku mienu miensa bi ya ha wo di kan aye kejeti a phase 2 you say phase 1 no aye mahama project wana be adwuma ne baaye na adwuma de baaye no wo hwemu a adwuma we aye perfect planner Ghana hatwa ne BC da say yesi gwawie na ega na tua ne hoka yesi gwawie ega na tua ne hoka phase 1 no ye 5 years if you be 95% there omo twetwe sika no na sika so no twetwe da fidelity account so na aban account so no akase bia aban no afasika no adi ada fidelity it is employee vice president eba ha be share yebo so omo be start adwuma no ebia na omo be office sika bi da ho so bia say anu na adi na amam ya adwuma na ya ka wo mo say sika na omo dey phase 1 na premium no premium ni sika ye wi a utua ma aban no na enti ejetia phase 1 no enu atwa ne ho ka awie atwa ne ho ka na sika na da ho de a na sika so na aban account ni aya private account aya escrow account na sika dem enti account say aban say we afia sika no the fidelity how big do you for yes aban say you hu the contract no site e never try dia bi sika no e da ho we sika o ko pa bosia o IMF we sika e da Bank of Ghana account e da private account e to ma contract no kwan no sika no aduma we 80% complete I can just 20% sika da fidelity no e bet we na be bia ka bebrebe ta ba na ande dia we the threat we me ya kind say enu ending of May no na say we contract no ya aduma I don't start you you be make sure say fence ni
twe edwadifo a ewo kejetia ena ene womani abre ya omo kasa no yemfa videos no ensi ho na yenko efija ho ena yetie se the municipal assembly ya ewo honom womo nso edwa ewo honom womo akwa kobubu no etuma no ede afiri ho na de omo ekanyina ene se omasidwe foforo ede amadwadifo yi na womu entu enkom na womu kodwa ma no se da bi edwadifo nso womu ntimi nkot ko womu ntimi nkot ne se womu se no kore yesidwa ne de nanso sebio beebi a jeja nan beebi a sebio ye ho yie ebi eni ho ekwan enye na empukra no de ho ne se nananom a wo kra so abodua ede atodwa no so se wo ba na osi ho no mo a de be yew enyew enti womo entimi enko MC no anase municipal assembly so ekire se beebi onwoi ompesom de ho eye sebio car park enti womo etumai yankonko tiensem na ema no so ede tudwa ewo ho no niamra
aban obo ya aban dwanfo ene ba ha me agitu mi se omo anya na koma pa so omo anya na abodue pa so efi se penna no da asa bosomsam so ka ye nyina se atwede se ye enim nyansa ne ye adwuma wa aban mu nti eye sa anadwu no mienu ɛna ɛsɛ mo bɛyɛ saa sɛbe baafo ananta hene ntam no emu ogu paa eni kwan sɛ mo ka edidi na tam sɛ baafo no wɔne hwan panin sɛ obi enim obi a ɔfrɛ na koa bi wɔso yɛ hema ɔfrɛ no hɔ hema de a ɛneɛ wɔn kɔ na nanom hɔ ba wɔn tietia ntam no so cause ade sɛ yɛ wei a wɔn asɛ no
omunya kwan no edwa soso no yɛ si gya yɛ bie gya edwa no omu mie yɛ omunya ne se ɛboa ho dwom deɛ wɔn de yɛ no Ghana wɔn si yɛ wɔn asia ma yɛ ne wɔn si yɛ nkɔ no mpanyinfoɔ no akɔka ntam ato so enti nka yɛ twɛn sɛ ntwɛn wɔn bɛka ntam no ho asɛm bɛwie ɛna yɛakɔ wɔn se da ntam no nyɛ ntam wɔn atua fa so nnura nwummerɛ bɛɛ 8 to 9 ɛna wɔn de ɛdeɛ bɛɛ no bɛsi ha machine no ɛbɛsi ha yɛdu yɛ nneɛma nyinaa to agu yɛn nso yɛde aban bosia na ɛyɛ adwuma yɛdu nneɛma no nyinaa to agu asɛ yɛ nneɛma nyinaa sese yɛmfa hene yɛne yɛto aba no yɛne yɛto aba no enti susu ampa sɛ deɛ mo yɛ yɛ ni ɛyɛ sese kura yɛnyɛ dɛn ɔmo so ɔmo si dwa na ɔmo si no soso no ɛkwan na ɔmo so yɛ nkwana kwan na nyɛ nsuo tɔ akyi ekogu dwa ne mu sese yɛnura yɛkɔyɛ a anadwo ɔmo de grade abɛdwi yɛ nneɛma nyinaa asɛe no sese baabi a yɛbɛdi dwa kora yɛ ni bi ɔmo yɛ no nyinaa ma yɛbɛkɔ ɔmo nya kwan no ma yɛn ɛkwan no titiri na ehia yɛn ɔmo nya kwan no edwa soso no yɛ si gya yɛ bie gya edwa no ɔmo mie yɛ ɔmo nya ne se ɛhɔ so yɛ nsuo ti.
Tuwei ɛyɛ adwadifoɔ a ɛwɔ ɛboɔ hɔ ɛna ɔte sɛ wɔn de nsɛm ɛde to dwa ɛnam wasɛm ka Ghana koko ho na mɛkɔ abadwafoɔ hɔ abansa ɛbɛwie koraa na ɛbrɛbɛ mu a yɛbɛka Ghana yɛ koko no ɛho nsɛm na mete ho ketewa bi wokɔ Canada akorɔmfoɔ bi kɔ wia chocolate na mo wia chocolate no yɛ a yɛkye wɔn no in fact chocolate no escort a yɛde ma chocolate na yɛakye no police for no ebi wɔ anim ebi wɔ akyire ebi wɔ nkyɛn ɛna wɔn de chocolate ne kɔ na sɛ chocolate so free cocoa mo wɔn kura mo nua cocoa no kura hwɛ kwan a wɔn de o de ya mɛba ka ho sɛm ɛwɔ ha na mema abadwafo akɔ aba na ɛno ne ya ha nto hwɛ screen so na police for na didi nkyɛn no bi di anim bi di nkyɛn bi di akyire wei yɛ akorɔmfo makɔ wia tons of chocolate o ɛna yakɔkye wɔn ɛna yɛde wɔn amakɔgye chocolate na wɔn de kɔ ho ban bɔ nkoan no wɔn convoy mua ɛna edi ɛyɛ chocolate no ho na Ghana yɛ koko ya sɛbio yɛ ne edua wɔ ha a yɛba wiase nyinaa koko papapa Ghana ɛna free bɛhwɛ de ayɛ koko yi yɛn kase koko farmers omo nyade omo abom ho mode papa sɛde omo tia hasuo na omo kokoko fom kɔbɔ ekodua ɛbɔ ho ban spray ho atwitwa akate ne nneɛma wo ho frifiri ho akɔpenso kokoko no ɛbɛso na ɛbɛbre na wɔn bɛteɛ ɛbɛbɔ na omo bɛ hata ayiyi mu abage ɛnya asɛm kuma ɛnɛ kokoko ne ho abansɛm ɛwɔ Ghana ha yi koko na nkasa no so yɛhwɛ na de baby efiri a sɛ Ghana de efiri ayɛ Fernando Po ɛna owura tete kwahye ɛkɔfa ya wo de ba na koko no kane pa no koko no ɛyɛ edin a na wɔ Spain anase Spanish ɛhɔ ne yɛnya din no efiri yɛ na sɛ kane pa no sɛ unya obi a woyɛ sikani anase woyɛ obi a wodi ade a ne yɛ ma chocolate anase beverage kora nom untimi num bi wontimi enum beverage ya di koko ne aye no wontimi num bi enei galamsey fotimi twa koko du ato twene keke yesi kotu galamsey enei aban ne koko farmers chinyam aban ya ade na emum ko betimi aye bi aka ho senka omo price kura otimi dandan ne kakra na bibia ye yi a enempo ye de value kakra kura ka ho na nka enei amanfo age na escort wo hai ka yesu aye ye die kama and yɛ de value aka ho yɛ chocolate yɛ cocoa powder bi yɛ products ahodo bi efiri cocoa mu na ɛba ɛna yɛso yɛ didi ho a ka bi anka yɛso yɛ betimi de ahoahoa yɛ ho wo bi a ɔno ne krom yɛnte koko hwɛ kwan a sɛbio wobi ɛkɔ wia chocolate yɛ ɔmokɔgye yɛ escort mu a yɛ esi ho a yɛde kɔ mom yɛhwɛ koko ni yie na Ghana koko no si yɛmɛ ni ate ni aba ho ni ahwɛ a Nyankopɔn akyɛ yadeɛ kebetime ɛnkoa betime de ayɛ ɔma yie ti amampanyifo ne wɔn a ɔmodi ɔman so yɛnya amayɔsɛm ne yɛde koko no yɛ no ne yɛhwɛ kwan a amanyɔko ne mienu nyina betime atena seɛ ne yɛhwɛ koko no ho nsɛm ne aboa yɛn ne yɛtime enya bibi papi bi ɛde afiri mu yɛse kane ne yɛfrɛ ne sekri ɛka sɛ bi yɛ sekri de a kyɛ sɛ ade a ɛsombo paa ɛka sekri saa na koko no na ɛteɛ ɛnɛ koko bi abɔ no bɔla ɛwɔ Ghana hanom sei me twoma dwuma me de wake up me hyɛda kɔfa we by sɛ bɛyɛ a mu bɛhu the importance of cocoa ne yɛtumi aso ne mu yie ne ayɛ ne yie ne akɔ ɔmampani aka sɛ afei deɛ na ɛwɔ hɔ no yɛmfa nkɔ subsequent years no about 50% of the beans no yɛbɛ process wɔ hanom yɛbɔ mpaeɛ sɛ ɛmmerɛ mu na sɛ bi wode w'ani kyerɛm ɛwɔ Switzerland nom ɛne other areas na wɔn na die koko sɛ bi wɔn bɛtɔ no fofofo na wɔn akɔyɛ no chocolate ɛne milo nom ne deɛ ɛka ho na wɔn wie a wɔn abɛkyerɛ ɛbo a yɛyɛ ntɔ no a na yɛkɔyɛ anaasɛ yɛbaeɛ ti amampanyifo yɛhwɛ no yie na yɛnhwɛ koko ne nsom yie ma memma mpanyifo akɔ aba na afei yɛmfa nkɔmɔtwetwe no ɛmfa ɛnhyɛ so ɛwɔ ha medin ɛde kwabena OWUSU DANKWAH sɛde mede kan ɛde tu dwa no mewɔ owura Richmond Wellington ono ekasa de ma the National Democratic Congress abani akwaba
yo minwa me dase mjiri so ho yedi
me hoye pa right onia akwaba
me dase the mic ni say cross
ye ba e betwe ho sima kakra bo de ntwe ho mbra na omo check my boko de de yamiase pa ya dase
me ni anso so first time am in share
okay right
We have had discussions with them for a long time, and we have come to the conclusion that Central will expand its investments in Ghana to enable us realize the objectives of our programs. The first one has to do with the establishment of cashew processing plants in the cashew production enclave of our country. The idea is that for a long time we've been producing and exporting raw cashew nuts, which of course is not generating the jobs for the youth of our nation. And our producers are also not getting the incomes that they are supposed to get. So His Excellency has given indication that the focus of this government is to add value, ensure that we do the processing here, and then we export manufactured goods instead of raw materials. It is against this background that the Ministry of Food and Agriculture engaged with Centio Group Limited in the production enclave around Bono Techiman area. And in fact, we just concluded that they are going to set it up in Sampa. And that's why our brother from Sampa has been here this morning to make sure it is done. And so we are going to sign the memorandum of understanding to enable the move to site to begin the construction of this all-important, processing plant. In Ghana, apart from the cashew nut, we throw away.
Enti yasan amama kwaba yɛde nkɔmɔtwetwe no ɛhyehyɛ so Oria Richmond Wellington Hasan so ɛna Honorable George Akom ɔno so ɛwɔ ha bɛde kan ɛde deɛ yɛdi ho nkɔmɔ no ɛde atudwa yɛhwɛ enwumasua in the 21st century ɛne ya yɛkasa yi ohwɛ baby a Ghana enwumasua no ɛnam no a yɛtete amanfo ama sɛbi sɛde wiase ɛkroi yɛbɛtimi enyomo ama yɛne ɔmo asaso anase yakɔ benkrom anase yɛdeɛ no ɛbɔ ɛbra ma mesase emfemfere Honorable George Akomfo na yɛnhwɛ this topic.
Okay, that's it. Ma mencha hwefo na mencha Ghana ma nyina mencha ye party fo nyina from polling station ekosi neck wonim se ayen hyehyɛ ya ye pese wie ye dwumadie bia fi mu ne afi etoso se ne betima boa na ye yi akandifo foforo nti yesrese obia amfa ne ho anyim na edura bato no so so a obia koto na yemfa muhan anya se ne beya ebewie na kire no pinchi bia anya de ema eduru bre bia obehu se party no a hyehyɛ ye de divisions anase ntawantawa ye de ebem nti all the timelines and road maps are yahyehyɛ ni nyina ni se yɛbɛgye atom na ɛnyɛ sɛ demre bi etwa mu no kaze opposition also nhyehyɛ ye sonko sene sɛ wo abai mu ti obi bi adwuma de hyɛ ne nsa bia ɔma emu na ha ɔma wiamom yɛsɛ wo kɔ no obi nti na wo kɔ it should be in the interest of the party ɛnyɛ this time no sɛ yɛbɛyi nkrofo sɛ bia ɔmo eyi die ne mu party no eyi die nti mɛkyia obi bia mkyia party no mkyia His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia wa yɛ fagbera na me yadoma 2028 ɔbɛba bɛdi ɔmampani ɛde asi ɔmampani His Excellency John Dramani Mahama anemu menya kwenya de me nse madehia almost such a from prince fidie ne da den e ba se ya o se ya chia wo na o mu sampa ya ba ye no o mu atu yenka so the second home nti ye ka ho asem a woni me se ne hote awre ho sem o mu ne se sabra me no wo ka se almost about 168 communities e wo no e mu be num pe na nkane wo ho nti radio ya media na je so mo benya bia hwe o kasafoni no so e be kakra bi o mo wo baby akane awo but say course from place ankasa krote se babadua su sene so anwuro fi dagomba drobon so ene nkane no ntimi nuan ma mo hwe me anwumre me chia mu nyina na me nchia me nuan so se dem din ka kan no me nchia ne da ye base ya amanwofo na so ni nyina yo man no eyi edi ntini abehia kompanifo se ayete frahwe ase mutu a na dane obi anim se de o man no nchechire abedru about political parties ayewa MPP ni NDC this is so born nyina no yenya democracy ni yenkwa ni yenya kwanya ba bidi so nti se share blame se obia e wo chefa wom nti na media me ba me ka kire nkrofo se ye de hwehwa ne se o man no e be kɔ nanim we opposition party kra also obompa ye se o man no be ye de yenya se binum a de bi o mo pese o man no ense na o mo fa so nyina so medi to me because we opposition party we na abana nhye pa o mre nti tambia ye nwene ho sa tina ya na metako to the Thomas well wakai no or say politics is the art of making yourself is there seems like a national interest bia ye nyina no o man ye die se ne o manfo ho beto wo nti ye hu ne sa ke wo se ngomasua ngomasua de base ya na won se ya de ya hia ye nti se o man bia fapem kase ba ko egina ngomasua so both informal and formal education. Informal no de nim say yetete efie ne kwankyira yenya ofie culture nom ne customs ne ade a treat ne ye but a bus yenko other areas to say scientific knowledge a yɛkɔhwɛ kwan papa ne abɛɛfo kwan a ɛbɛtumi ama ɔma no akɔ n'anim a ne kyɛ sɛ wɔ sɛ yɛhwɛ school na yɛdi ho nkɔmmɔ akyɛ aba now no sɛ nneɛma bi wɔ hɔ anka asesa ɛte sɛ woka first industrial revolution second industrial ne nyinaa na bakɔ nso still nneɛma no bi wɔ hɔ a yɛntumi ɛnnuru hɔnom na wohwɛ ɔma no nkasa nwomasua from tete yɛnya independence na yɛba ne nyinaa no da bia meka sɛ fa baabia no nso so aha yɛ kakra ɛfiri sɛ nnipa nimdeɛ a wɔwɔ na ade kyekyere wo man nti deɛ buroni ka sɛ human capital no yɛadeɛ yɛ very key in national development chocolate ya wo ka ho asɛm akɔfa bɛtwa mu yi sɛ chocolate no yɛde kokoo ne firi ha ba wo ɛkɔ ade nti na yɛntimi nyɛ bi na no kra mo aka ba bɛduru the point de sɛ tupi kekra ntimi nyɛ bi wa ha nti ne nyinaa gyina sɛ de nti ne yɛntimi nyɛ ba mfidie tintim technology any engineering ade nti na nneɛma no bebree hɔ a yɛntimi ne nyinaa gyina sɛ yɛade suadeɛ no fa baabi no ɛkɔdi nkyɛn kakra nti we hwɛ the history of education ɔmo history of education be ka kyerɛ wo sɛ yɛhyɛ aseɛ no time mmorɔfo no ba ha no ɔmo dwumadi ɔmbɛdi yɛ no shift yɛ one way the other sɛ amtimi am yɛ nyanimdeɛ a ɛbɛtimi am yɛ saa nneɛma no because they came here purposely for trading and pastoral anaasɛ asɔre ka ne saa nti ɔmo anhyɛ da anka sɛ ɔmo bɛma yɛ saa akwanya no but yɛnya akwanya a yɛankasa yɛde yɛ ho a yɛnya saa sɛ yɛyɛ bɛtimi ayɛ nneɛma na hɔ na wɔ sɛ nka yɛnya a paradigm shift but yɛntimi ahwehwɛ ne nyinaa ma nneɛma bebree hɔ a yɛntimi anyɛ but wohwɛ the revolution of education in terms of policies and answer mechanism educational reforms so ebi aba kwa once last time me ka kyerɛ sɛ in as much say your political instability mo man na nyina ne na so nneɛma bebree yɛntimi anyɛ no educational your instability so high educational stability ne sɛ aban bi aba o pɛ sɛ ɔde ade foforo yɛ de eba when you say consistency yade ehia pa o bibia mu we heard the history of some countries here consistency boa wo mu if it's a policy bi high bi short term bi medium term bi long term nye mprimpri ya na obetimi atwa so aba but one hwe ya na ban bi the policy bi aba na ye ya obe se ne ato agu because time a ye call ye nim no ye hu sɛ ensa no dwuma hu hia no eno ne de saa ana mo mensa committee num be baaye and you see move your schools into technical and vocational education. Okay, say obechira de other see technical drawing, technical skills. In fidia na ye de buy two box ne carpentry tools home ne doctor saw nom ne ade nyina with the hope say ye bitimi aboa na nka nipa dodo no etimi nyansa no dwuma. Maybe atwam 2014 me can say a nation that wants to solve its unemployment problem should not joke with technical and vocational education because be we assess unto ye ntima join first industrial revolution second ye ntima join third ye ntimi fourth ye coal am ye be fifth industrial ntimi nwura mu and this ye anhwe ye na ye anhwe ye niema ebe hadwene. There are 4 key areas when it comes to education. One, your access say nipa benya kwan yakọ first in schools or last time na me check in schools or hakura secondary school in 20 some years back ni nipa nya kwan ko bi enu nti na ye bie mu ma bedru na free senior high school kraba obi ekobi na me ka kire mo afidie bi so say na school free senior high school na okrofonye school ankombeko but na consider ne doso because we had time e free senior high school ba ni enrollment no e dey dance pefe say na bibiri nya na omo beko e free say na enema bia omo nya nti na omo ntimi nko ne kai ni yesa no na nkrofo ton omo ntima na omo de ahwe omo ma school nti access na bako e say ya biem. The next one equity and equality and we na wo ka ho asem say papa ne say schools we be connect teacher ni ba ko penalty o me say me ko kira de of farmer dida na me kire class 4 5 6 in one classroom omunyina gu classroom ba ko because the classrooms no ye 3 pe nti de ba ko ma lower primary ne de ba ko ma upper primary me nko na metua no nti you could imagine ade kira e be ko so ye de e wo ho nti equity and equality say ye wo educational divide wo communities ni bi wo ha on connect the teacher for kra hu ma no me mobo me makwa kusu e wo sam so pen me community ba ko na me me da me duru ho na me kosra teacher for ha me koye na classroom no dey because they don't have any place to sleep. Teacher for the classroom na omo betra de omo yende san no pa no omo bobo mo kete omo de atwere he no omo da kotu go bi ba ko bi there na omo betra de nti all these no so e wo ha inequalities but ye twere exams ba ko pe say wo kurasi wo kuro kitu mu mfa no cheme enkuro kitu mu a unu obi a wote ba bi akane a wo enyina ekotwere exams penti ni nyina no to have effect and influence. Then the next one quality. Quality ne de da so e wo ho a high da bia me ka say is relative but no no ya ne da konkon ho kakra because we hwe mu chin pa aka ne say na people teachers na chirade meboa but na course serving na say o ma twere o mo brofo na say niema ne so ni nti no no de ya na ya konkon me say na me ko school na me de fi akonwa na eko ai na woni muso nka na waja no school ho na be kwa kwato ma me mo me classroom ko be de akomo ni 70 mu kane ni ho but e manage ya di wure mu ani abedu ba bi ho ti say be bi edru education ya dru a o say hwe ni relevance hona de ye kan nyina ne tofa bolo ba relevance ne say de wasua no ene ne wiase no e be de na hia mo watimi de aye bibi so te ase nti say usua de ne wie na wontimi mfa nye hwia emfa so bia maso nti relevance no ne hona say o say hwe ni ye because access no equity ne ye guso ye but say o mo nya kwanya kura asua wie de no mo so timi ye e de boa ewo mo ankasa as individual empower wo mo na afi so timi ma o man no so ye nya ye chefa wo mo say ye de nimde be chechire ma hona o say ye but ni nyina nso so gina the kind of curriculum a ye de chire ade no podcast embronis learning outcomes nko wo besua ade na wie ni nyina nimde na wo ye de wo hwehwe nti say wo sua wie na ade na wo sua no ebobra tu niema ewo ho adwuma kra ye be fa wontimi nya emu akwanya bi so nimde a wo no podcast embronis e mismatch enti eniema bibri na akoso from the time wa yenya akwanya dey ye nti when last time na me no di nkoma me ka kire we say time wa linku yuba abibibem na the year of independence for Africa no behwe na ono so akopekon obefa so bontoa o ma a profound statement but tembi abobosu bia na Ghana for us wo so abedidi atem no me de man ka so abedidi atem ni statement we make here ne say we study what we don't need and need what we don't study.
We study what we don't need
and need what we don't study.
Ti de yesu no.
Enya no ni hia.
Na de hia
no yesu ni yesu. Enti no di jai the cause. So he gave a full statement. He said when he goes back to Nikrumu a Singapore no obekwa ko change through education. No we say by 20 years there was a deliberate policy a work here to change Singapore. What we videos ni bia. We share Singapore 1985. Now they compare her. Na kajiti akura first in Singapore but eniema bibiri no mutimi ye omu nua omu ye Malaysia omu so fast akwamten ne so no enu nene abeya ye di twansanfuo ye de hwidomo ye de ye den enu ukwa ehu bibie no omu totwene there is a value chain but e dey ntimi ye ntimi nye that is why there be am banam no di sankomo ya meka but se ba political aspect in terms of education aban bia ba bi na ne ye koye ni ehun se the more nipa dodo nso be co school no e be make impact because we go our school ni chinchina so mfa ma adwuma obenya self empowerment na na dwene mu nso so ada ho no ye more civic ndun say bad democracy no partner na nso so support o enu ntina na ema Aristotle kase to have a perfect democratic society you need to educate the people to rule and be ruled to the more nipa dwene mu bie no na atenatene nso so ye dey eba enti so wie na se be onfa nko formal sector kra no a onu ankra ye na dwuma a onim kwan obefa so a odi nim de ebeye an aspect ba ko a ye hu say haye no ene se wie ye no ede ne bitimi enya frim aside the theoretical aspect nti we are always be a case bridging the gap between the academia and the industry ye ka na no ye koye nim kra ye change all the polytechnics into technical university with the hope sen kanu so be solve some part of the unemployment akosi ye sen nti de ye ka nyina ne se ehumasu a aba wo man no kobia no ebi aboaye but ye nya nwie ye nti un se MPP ye ba na ehun se o man no person ye koye nim ehumasu mu a ni nya paradigm shift from tete hone ma no a ye mfa ba fun hihye ene kwanfoforo a the technology no be guru nti ye sha say with the STEAM education science technology engineering arts and mathematics education with the hope say obia branch bi obia be fa bia no obenya ne chefa obenya engineers ye benya wo mo do nsa be ye bibi ne asa de entrepreneurship a man krakra nim de say wo be business ne ade but say ya hwe ne ye ne ye ja ne sa na ye say we ba na wabe ye ne de we ba na wabe ye na mefa nipa say ne ade a ni nyina wo ha hadwene teacher motivation minim say ye ka kono nyina ye nyi ye no mfiri
ye be ba na be fast specific especially the politicians who ruler play in Ghana education ne be bia dia bedri ye be hwe Ghana education na nkasa nso ono nso de ozen ko ye ni say wanye but mamenko ora Richmond hona minti ono so initially na fe ye ba be hwe specifics no ne ahwe kwan ye betimi afa so ne ahwe say nei say ka say ye draw line na where do we stand Rich maminti o
okay odi me na say Indi Kancha, Miami Regional Minister, the Evergreen Dr. Frank Makohene. na me nkrofo nya no mbo so mutwa no mbo no so a hom do na way na me nchia me boss Abbas no wodi unimsa Abbas National Communication Officer na inshallah yeso bo wini yetanachi na me for say me chia oni team sham the income original chawa
so mutu na kwesi
me de me say me de me cancer me see team sham the incoming regional chairman
okay
and me be am chia no me be oka sham team no ho mambo hwinko Presby University Ghana Faculty of Law me ko chia faculty officer Goslav Jetun Crime and a lecturer bia or her friend Ebo
okay
Danche but we good, we very intelligent guy na yanko di no KOD we are some share the constitutional underpinnings and principles are effective education. One say from 1957 to date, no, because you have a lot of military interregnums, no, are affected the educational structure. No.
Okay.
In the constitution from 1960 to date, BR, no, so here there are provisions that talks about education. But maybe you know. So we share 1992 constitution na no na constitution na sebi omani nyina agiatum a ke odi wo una nanom ko churu bie de kokku farmer e ko churu bie e maya to bia na ase hai e ko churu bie e kire o madwene se sa mamra wi no ye fa bu o man na so we article 25 the canon it talks about educational rights. Now, educational rights, no, was it establishes the right to equal educational opportunities, mandating free, compulsory basic education, and the progressive introduction of free secondary and higher education. It also promotes functional legacy. So, what kind of this Article 25 now? I say it introduces what? Progressively free secondary and higher education. My free SHS. Me we secondary school 1996. Okay. Yeah, time no. Yeah, you but to nkofu bi no mo ho a omo ko school 7 years. This is for us. Omo no di anim e ko no 5 years. And e ko 3 years. Inti ndisi aban no from 1982 ya ka say you believe in the free compulsory universal basic education, a right for all. But it should be free and progressive. MPP Abamba, no, when they were campaigning for 2016 elections, right? No, say, oh, you want free education. With all sincerity, me who say, "Come what a nay," so much to no more than one. Omo say, "What did you feel? And what did you succeed?" You say, "Where did you feel?" Because Sanka. Program de bae no sanka aboya kanekati kan komo ke yin komo we yeah but what must say free SHS bae no e yade anka aboya ane yati ke yin komo we you know at a point SHS became 4 years
yes go 4 time
at a point you became 3 years
no so the
it means we were looking for a balance
yeah
what you see being structure a bit me aboya mwa ni nyina ni one say so far edu watch no mo kasa nyina do mo kan say free SHS na buy and it was to cure that mischief what you say but you ended up producing more certificates than competencies.
Okay,
the point is this akola school fanisa akola school June I was say we in the first term no December but we no September. But you know, SHS 2, right? And you were here. What is a youth for council? They are coming with good grace. But when you put them to the sword, adding, right? To the point, sir, why I catch us abandon the car over 68 million Ghana cedis? Me and him said registration fees, but then sir, what was it meant for? Past questions to help push that agenda. Inti ama akreti, you see the learning gap no their grades are good, they are fine, they've gone in there, parents, but the quality no what I say I'm why. Okay. These groups now catch say your educational programs and I say your vision about the way people pursue education, you know, I lack a focus. Because a nay say red, it's not a blue. Let's assume without admitting, say free SHS na beboa. Now, for instance, in Louis, bit for 2,000 students, mewa, 2,000 students. Prempe bit for 3,000 students at one stream. Now ye de nkola 5,000 go St. Louis. Tiw 5,000 St. Louis. Na ya chomu miensa. Anya se bi kwa nopa, ewi anumre o. Ebi wako 2 months, no makwan. Ne bi about 3 months, no makwan. Ne bi ako 3 weeks, no makwan. What you say? It means abani nya adwempa se yensisa ne mam. But you anhwe say your infrastructure and say you need be. Okay. Because get fund and also a support to a provided infrastructure. They cap it. Okay. It was capped. So get fund eventually became handicapped. Okay. What you say? Into my schools be even though some more students know or more paper say nkola be sua de. But na facilities no they be new. And this is a fact. Because this is not politics. Okay. What you say? Only say and send me back here can. Ya na enu amfise da bi na we MPP no ani sini nti na nsem na wo ka no.
No, we're talking Ghana.
We talking that is the point. We're talking also we came in your sere. So it means in his mind na adwene say ominu him and minu ekwe.
But I say all the blame ni na mad free.
No, wait, I'm coming. I'm telling you say if me catch or say if free SHS no I didn't call no try to university na moya. Any sabana ba no what have they done?
Okay. But so they no mai.
Bien ana yesu aye. Abamba aye no. Ana ban hu no say da bi. De bia classroom, you human resource, you entrepreneurship, you we as on na ba nya dwuma nye. Nti ada na ye could move to employable skills. Unim say nei me na be public servant. Majai enemy skills developer. Okay. You training kola, be answer no dwuma. What you say? Messi for Okruma and Ghana. You be ready Togo, any Benin and a bar. POP4 Togo, Benin intra. Oko certified program. Akola co under apprenticeship. You do be examine so you good at no graduate no co. Inti abane the about the national apprenticeship program about what was it meant for? Go the finance will be a juma. How your word now one kola base 5, right? Abasing kola 5 we know. No one would choose somebody omniscient juma. What you say? Now, several say ufahima ko ben and the back has been her. Ni case kano mafa. No man mentally allowance. Na kola tools no onto me the channel say onya juma. Say the boy with my body craft be na drache no with me at the end of bobra. Na pressure na was say obia say ne yes be education e say amount for compare Jesus you many person ko 40,000 yeah per say
7,000
and no 90,000 it is a cool into gidi say nka ye share sa national apprenticeship program yi as a TVET asi na ke shemu kena from those days right from 1992 kopim na and we will be crying but we wouldn't be crying more than the bereaved. Okay. But what am I saying? Abans how or say TVET after national apprenticeship program no dey any friends NIP program no so buy NIP no say oh business kakra right but you need money and you need mentorship into you place you into incubator then the government will train you what you say on the business models are a bit more expanded na government are resourceful so you can employ more. Because the target was to employ more than 10,000 businesses. Because some business back, on a business 10,000, maybe a penny per 5, in your say, multiply 5 by 10,000. It means we are up there. Intermediate, and say the focus on classroom learning, you know, I was say yes, shifted.
How? When? What should we do?
That's what should we do? What we will have to do
because the near can say still, yeah, that's so far that rhetorical way now. You call right arithmetic way now.
So you agree with me, sir? Sankolako school. And I say, also on your maths, on your English, on your social studies, on your way. Eventually, I could any man. Some mass, Nessa Animan who you know, or government. If not, sir, others know you can't win. No, as soon as one say.
Pass the English in the or maybe could be a better one.
So, I say,
but
and you know, made the American and say, about we buy no. The focus is technical and vocational education. Because, sad way. And those stakeholders who say,
so what have you done and was technical and vocational education side? You run specifics in the political influence, and I said politics in the parties, and also how you have been in terms of help, and I said, education.
Okay, this is what we've done so far. What I'm saying, now your polytechnics. And the technical universities. Why were they changed to now be technical universities?
So what
the essence is to train more minds in craft, right? With employable skills. Aban say, me call Jessica, me could see technical university back home. Because bonso me could see be all. Me call 30 mine. You could see you will be a mampon. I didn't try. Because formal education or was a craft no formalizing. No. How him say, Mamma will come. A bra national apprenticeship program or culture center. A mom no, they will register an activate. We are away. So we are away. Inti so we are master crafter. You should have a maximum of 5, right? So, in the same say in your 100,000 master crafter, 35 years saying, we 500,000 of what? In the same say, I'm 500,000 in our Google classroom, and no more year, see a per juma. I'm confident. Okay. So you see where government is going, but the question is, what you oba? What person about question you want to invest?
Money in technical.
Good. You were technical, and you were technical.
Okay.
Meaning, I was so called Samsung. Meaning, oh, most friends say, meaning Tuntum, Coco, Afram, so Afrakuma, my phone, you made me open. I was once at Mo, inside your home, Dagombane, Saville, man, ya Nanti company, also, qua teacher need that classroom. A testament say, you need facilities. Right, but we are expanding and expanding and expanding and expanding. Me say idea back one, me President John Mama Aya me nyage no say one capital get fund. Right, because the schools were complaining. I want you to start secondary project be oho. We share omo church auditorium. We know that dormitory. Church auditorium. We know dormitory.
There were instances where places of convenience were converted to dormitories.
A testament of the fact say in Colano. Uko dining hall.
But Omo school, so what could we have done?
Until we bisa say, Oba every school. Oba person go see Ojuma. No person go to us. Somebody told me say, me bag dey also could university. Could be also could university. I think I can also see just one. So you see, from the word go no, or that mental according to university, and over day, even your Jumaya.
Or your orientation.
We need to reorient. You see, we need to reorient our minds. Or see a twin your minds, no?
How?
Or see a national strategy.
That is where the point is.
It's a plan.
Until where is the plan? And they got education. The politicians are there. Why can I say we back no a best shift no? Say we ba free SHS kura no ba ye no ebi ese day students na nko free ebi be ye se omu nyina nko free e ba ye school na ebi ese nko 4 years ebi se nko 3 years e ba ye technical university never be brave to more politicians no have you helped with the course of the PLC direction of education echo
so na me catch you say you know politics is an animal we say keju opi politics on just say boy we say keju eto na ma no obepi because so hwe your constitutional architecture govern political parties are right. Once you assume power, you direct where the country goes.
Okay.
And that is decided by what? The politician.
Okay.
Not the technocrats.
Okay.
And then as a local ministry, sir, your minister no, not your directors no. They are the technocrats.
Yeah.
What they
The
say?
minister directs where?
That's correct. They have to help the ministry there. But I would say it should be in the vision of the government. So, and then your National Development Planning Commission. What I will say about education? You know, I can say the quality. Quality is very important. Nasa Akolako school 2 weeks. Nasa school also will in 3 years, will in 1 year. Nasa co teacher train us about how good will this Akolako sit here.
I'll come back to you. First, Memra so we delving deeper now for the specific areas. Yes, now our.
My earlier submission was a way forward. Yeah, where I started from. Number who say, being many where we came from and where we've got into and what we need to do. Yeah. We are not back where Mukakrawaha. Because one there from right time I share. Policy and as your council, they never supported it. Yeah. We know their position as a party. And near Kamwasem they were still talking about the progressive. Until I was the question back was say, Tihuamona enco, and I think one quank and you are day. So, and then Michelle say, I can't be sure say. Send enco for condo, but not Canadian Indian and woman to me a day enco. Mimi Brains, we know him. When you aggregate 6 order bonso. That time not mission for 1 city 30 pesos. Ne maame fuku anyes kan koton ne ntima nti wanko school ni bi nti me ne ma train adwen we say continuous improvement is better than delayed perfection. Okay. Continuous improvement is better than delayed perfection.
But we should have timelines.
The timelines was there when we started. You catch on say inipa ne dos. Let's use an innovative way ni mfa double track ne nyedemra with a particular time of completion say be do me asisi adani bi. Any schools be we win from the double track.
What do you refuse to use the e-blocks?
Oh, please, let me continue. We'll come there. It has its own problems. Because maybe Chrome so in because of some reasons. We are not talking about that one. Let's talk about substantive. You will not say office in discussing anything on the e-block, but I'm talking about the fact that so as a free senior high school, no, there are problems. Yeah. Even everywhere. You can't have you can't enjoy me. You can't say you strive for excellence, not perfection. And to Mark Twain, he was 100% right to say continuous improvement is better than delayed perfection. No code was a can so when I'm call ya me disum call ya and yes we have do her sabri because after yes can you na can you ntia man kwala nko school atakwa me dana na yetitimi abobom patati ase nti ye ka say ye man kwala ni nko school because empatadan ya nkene me kaminti ha enkwala bia be ye medical doctors entitam bia ye koye ni ye improve etina ne ye ka access ya say one say part of the constitution ka say we even need the free compulsory basic universal education FQ say ne be ya obi a benya access not for anything. The more any patient, then you'll be an Germany, they have 2 modes of education for job, education for knowledge. Because the more any part were enlightened, and they could be BS and BBA can natural. What's up this because most of them cannot write. And Tiakoya and Babia Kikako, fundamental at the senior high school level, you are good to go. And then my friend be created to start, no, if you know more filling station, if you know more when you remember this senior high school a day. We will cry when you're not being so because when you're in the kakra. Enti a buyer no. Now we expecting say at a point in time, you be true baby a diagnosis. Into say the concept about bank integration of all the school levels. Think I shall say primary. What was your junior high school, no senior high school, no university. And only a side sir TVET no sabe day, a big grim. Send your beya, ye who see the Padro you be Yansan Jumaya day, aye. Let me know a car apprenticeship program. Nip, you create a crowd, almost in a avenue for stealing. But one moment mean came. under the presidency me nua John Kuma nyame fa ne crazy wona na wo hye wo ye ya wo de modules bebre baaye agrek de e any apprenticeship program na no ya de ba ko bi kura by similar to the no work and business in the box ma no omusuan sanadwuma ma mo omusuan sanadwuma mason for carpenters ye mo tools ya fa parent what they say mothers and answer apprentices one crofo eho esu edwuma ye mo some kind of stipend dia wo so timi ndi nya bi ni nyina ye means ya ne ye di biem enti nye se afi na saa de na ye de aba ne wo dada but baby ya bedru no ene ye kase se mu na mo wa bam enti free senior high school ni se de ye person na ye bedru no ye ntia ba mu sese wo hwe enrollment ya ye nya from 800,000 ye start ye kutwemu 1.3 million to 1.5 million ne chese ni pape omo wie ye o ka se bia omo quality ni ade fine but uni ha na kola no call abruchire wo kodi first economics magu ya na we rasta na no wahu de ne wo ye omo nyamu free magai
taro magai
omo nyina nye omo mo ho de wo
how many of them
no you have exceptions even so ya de ne bi asu de medical doctors entimi kanu nyina mo say em block say e de ne nye because said the year kon school kura every tete ebi no ho mo ntimi nsu de me namfo fa ezeke champion mo na eku school back benches yi na mo so ba nye ne 90s ebi ntimi antoa so akoma mo ye o modwuma o mo be ko school so ye de ko enti ete say ye egu aba no egu a enye de ebi wegu abapem ayi asase papem ma me bi na yakom nyina be kura wi a nim de o munya ye ne o mo de bi o modwuma said the no working ye onkrofo a o mkuta masters degree ne o mo atimi asu ade bi o munwuma enti si ye education ho asem a de aka ne say ye nyina nationally because the day be ya you bit ma shift from baby ananam e free beduru ya ye fi se nensa no dwuma na antimi anya fapem ndi ama ye bre no wo kanya free senior high school be ni 10 years old but to no me ma child university since almost be 2010 now ye ko ye nim no na students e ba nyina no na omo performance na ye dey e ko no ne o se ye the course distractors no e ba mu no ne o se ye
because
he was attributing to the root cause no was here say didn't na e ba nanim na e dey esesa but you the political lens mu say as a free senior high school ninti now no ba akukura me ne abranti bi coach so me were ho ye ne say was free senior high school no na man kwala ye nkwala boni then I say we are joking because enye no ntia eniema de say na say because time na free senior high school no ne nkolabone wo until say wo kasem bi afa ho a ye hwe the positive side always be the twins and ani ne ya hwe the good and then the bad and then the ugly side ne ehun ye beye na ye nyina ye kan na ye nyina adua akobenkrum you a politician I'm a politician ne ya kase say wo akora ban wo so say na wo ya ebebo because nkola ni nyina tumi nya dwuma ya asomrofidu akrama so nya dabre o sisi ye kan ki enti ha nkwala be say 40,000
apply for a teaching reference
teaching as far back as some years and omunya appointment because and then say time no we ya na cohort no na moko we say then you be ba na station cry there eda ho and demand supply population growth on all this no unemployment nim say be ba and say ye hwe policy a ye hwe no from a more national way because education is one of the areas here KWD yemfa eniagro because the professor in South Africa and say the collapse of education is the collapse of the nation because akola na nsu ade ye now say we party ni bi ebre so no ko medical doctor na obebo pa na ekun o engineer no si da na bugu so o accountant no ntimi balance ni books we ye dey no ntimi serve the needs of the people na adwuma eda hye nsa no a e ka obi a enye party na ye dey hospital enye party card ena we will be copy bibia ye deko nti ye nyina ye dwene ho from the point say e de ye beye me say me no obi a platform so am say aside the political areas ideologies no ye nyina akra de kron ye yo but they have different ideology and yes we different ideology but kokokokra is abisi na name say ye be we at the end of the day no we need to serve the people nti na Abraham Lincoln ka kire say democracy is the government of the people by the people and for the people nti dey na ye as politicians no ye betimi anya free ye wo honum ni yetima hwese ye be solve problem. So doing something over and expecting different results is the most insane definition. So the Albert Einstein kind. Inti me catch me nua say free senior high school no ye near the buy. Mo de na ye start money anye ho. Because mo pam ho ntema still see abontin say 419. Ba mo buy na e fi se bia mo ntoa so but mo hu say papa ye ya beto mo policy bia ye buy na ya nto antwene. Inti me say na catch them crofon say last time me bo amane say me say me te ba bia ade ba ko a si mama kwanya sen ka menye wo constitution no mu a ka mehwa ye ne yie ne se ye behwe na de bi aban bi aye no na do level bi a ye beba beto aso. We heard the directive principle of state policy. Our chapter 6 of the Constitution, Article 35(7), was say as far as practicable, but the operative word practicality is relative. Because we hear near maybe ye jatu where said the name you can 4 years partly nenya bad. Because Nkwala ye chire mo ade from that time they no need to kura mo fan cheme ye say ni tre we say but ye buy politics in years I withdraw about 4 years 3 years sorry. And the curriculum overload and yama doso. But the yes, who say the mode of teaching and learning also yeah day. Because internet ya be for day. Say na distance learning you learning I never know kase kra ko schools ni bi wo ha. Enkwala tifia wo mu sua de online. The here instructional hours no. Ye kira de instructional hours say teacher ni meet ma ko gina dem ho ato nwum sa wo nkira de a emfa ho se wakoho. Enti ni nyina ye contact hours ya. Nipa ne benya any resource quality say because we are come ni go fu me kai bre bi na me kira de oba antima SDA na papa bi a say we classes ya na ye makwan no amamo kakra wase ma ye late 3 minutes enti ye chesika no wo mame me hu ame ba traffic achi ma park me car cross metro mass and me yim bag asem ho be so me kwa na me koka ma no see ho say me nkyere na obe fa me no de me call academics we na me mama so I say 3 minutes na ma ye late no obi betima ko gina ho 1 hour on who impact sa until sometimes contact hours resources are available teaching and learning materials on being here akadia ye kan disua nyina no say bruni sin is believing say disua yesua no the more wo hu no eno na ema wo hu ade last time ko pokware no the smart board obi aba smart board and say say digestive system na akola ni hu say eni otimi kura move e di kwa ha de hihya kwa ni nyina eno ne ho na ye pese ye keka ko said the akwala no be feel touch no enti ye free bi audio visual enti wo ke wo do ye teacher ni nua so akira de ni bi pen wa hu ne me ko nim sam so de wonim de me kan wonim de me kan ni nyina so enti ye hwɛ sɛ baby a ya beduru sɛ mo na mo wa bɛm mo hwɛ kwan a mo so mo bɛboa ma baby a de beduru ye no mo so mo atoa so sɛ ne ye ba a ensa nkɔ ye akyi na ye be wie na afi na asaje nsɛm because wo na ye ye daakye Peter Drucker was if you want to predict the future create it now. Do you perceive more friend call money? Me and family yourself and go back to home be but policy there's a bind be the back. Nasa sabe baby who see a chair and you see a chair, see Obans and inquire and China to na intimate and your intimate cast and your intimate intimate. You say Muna more and ye be I can't say Abia Munye Jesse a tam because we said them didn't car came initial comments and we near Barney associate trust a bear day a bear fair. And yet in himself free senior high school about 1 for I'm a nipa be
so let's look at the way forward. Now, how do we go? So, if and you move in education, no, near Oko Korea, no, Oko Japan, no, Quadanketing, kitting. The Yehubi, our your friend is saying internet so no, Sheniama, or she, it be Jaubi, no, or Sheniama, no, ko. That baby be true. When will we get? Is it resources? And now see a direction or not, Sebu. Go to baby or see ever.
Me who say, so my mini time or so my memory.
Only
it's about infrastructure and
resources.
The quality of the human resource is very key.
Okay.
So we can robotics. When you say, but some triggers. Maybe or Moko US robotics, right? You know, when I saw government brought out the idea and it said STEM, I was very happy.
Yes.
Right? Until I went to one of the schools.
Until
I went to one of the schools. Off a metro baby come the lab was literally empty.
Empty.
I'm telling you. The man I'm in the man beside me say, now STEM now Omucha TV so no is it the Accra one? I presume so. Sure. But nobody natural. Okohwa. All the fall science lab need to
wow.
As you say STEM school.
Me say empty, virtually empty. Oko omo computer lab na down floor no and install computers no but bia nya adwuma. What I say? So my friend was telling me so ne baba call STEM or so I was eager to go and see what was happening. Sure, a brilliant idea. Cause science, my friend science there.
Science,
technology, engineering, mathematics. Yeah. Now you see, may come in work as mere politics.
Oh, they be calling him.
You see, our ideology is that I was saying infrastructure first before we bring in more students. So our visionary Mahama started with the E-blocks.
Okay.
And the E-blocks is to accommodate the students. Once I actually Okromo, rural areas. Robon so one ante be more than 30 minutes. And so do meboa.
Almost 1 hour.
And so do be ono. What I say? Cause and Robon so grow Dragomba. Emphasis I say E-block. So what I say? Cause Oba no pass I say no handle cause Hanas I say what? The all friends kwan we. Abontam kwan no si. Is it kukufu? Abontam kwan si. Says isi kwan ho. Meboa. So the idea was that so what say foul mine. Now when your admission also book Masia, the school is nearer to you, go to that school. Okay. So meno and can free and buy now my idea is say can buy and complete those e-blocks no. What I said, then we leave and take the strain for your time, only say time you go school no. I want to go to I don't go St. Paul's. Sparkle. Say to schools are either Keta Secondary, Maoli, Bishop Hema or St. Paul's. Open the creme de la creme schools no could be. And then that's not the story again. Okay. And then school about me to me. School about who here.
But still, people crave for those first class schools.
They are putting strain on themselves. School about KOD. When you and a university, we know science. To me, class doesn't matter.
Class doesn't matter.
A lecturer can give you a that be a class doesn't matter.
Ghana.
There's
a class
I've seen lecturers giving out marks.
Oh, that is true. I get you.
Flamboyant.
Third class.
But when it comes to advocacy and practicality, or better, or good.
Yeah.
Enti sakeo de edoko prempe. Na ya de mi nu yeko Adujama senior higher. Obeka me man banko Adujama senior high. But there are equally better teachers there. I don't know what I say equality no. What I say equality, a right of access. I don't know what I say ba obiko school na lerigu. Na computer mouse ko hu bi da. You see a draw or board man. I was watching a documentary on TV and there was school around Bimbila. Bimbila secondary school around that area. Now girls live Accra Omuko school or they are from Accra. Yeah. And I was like, wow. So Obi, but me from Bimbila, Accra school Bimbila there. I don't mean Bimbila school Accra. But if you look at the stress, creativity abadia hey. On call it free tamale na school school tamale. But yanko. So one, they was saying say media and say yema infrastructure na available. Na your teachers no. The quality, the training no. Anko say I was any baby or no. And the boys say but mo padwuma. Or that say oko classroom no onya. The so now can say teacher need to about class about try there 1 hour. Instruction hours. I know teacher need be to class coach now. We now 200.
That's what I was saying.
We are not call. What I say? Who be send a question or the question about assignments? All you post on market or headache. Then also start calling and make strenuous effort. But on one level, no, on AI. Sure, AI has come to change a lot of things. But on one level, no, on AI. You need a different AI. No. Even AI, because all feeding information. That's why we need the correct answers now. A bit more maybe one real. That's not okay. So, into no meno, I'm not rubbishing the phrase SHS entirely. But who say
no lapses.
And I'm more beautiful say your tree bossy. But on the politics, no.
Indian boil it down to different ideologies trying to arrive at the same. Because now we blocks here.
Yes.
Also concentrating on some schools. Let's develop some schools.
Yes.
Less more infrastructure than because said the Ghana for him no. O se prempe da ha na se bi o tweberi atese in second school ho no ma na ka so bi ntwusu a obi twusu prempe.
But there was no infrastructure prempe na wo he
in terms they almost dey say less way
you fan clan go first
no let's invest in infrastructure was someone because like Oman Penida da ko 4 year
no how do you invest in infrastructure when you cap get fund
okay
go do you no that is how do you invest in infrastructure no cap get fund it does not work like that. What I say? Share best practice say. Say oh matter ti. Now no more than single room. Now could sit down. You could see single room you.
Okay.
Cody, you see single room. Once you go see 3-bedroom house. Now will be any dying. What must say? Member name say MPP sitting down today. So much sense na go for the book compo the chi ne. Face a buy no, a boy as at that time. But there were a lot of things that came with me na boy. Nti one, this is me call it kind. The quality output to air very key. What must say? Nti no, yen try say ene no say the yes share name no. Yen kosa and let's get me on cap no. Go say Louis. Was very nice. Classroom block, very nice one. Oko at that school, sir, the abandoned in ano, ekoso. That's a ye believe in the progressively free. Ye nya infrastructure no first. Near man kolanonko kakra. And I'm telling you, sure, yeah, we are in power. And CB power, this is the next 32 or 40 years. By that time, assistant, by that time, Cody. Me say, you be say red go be nephew.
Some is 2027.
And one kola. 27.
What happens to the private schools now? Modi or Mobi Uremono. I know Akwesi saying.
Did you listen to the rationale behind bringing the private schools? There are some private schools some are very exceptional. What do you say? And there's overload on public schools.
Yeah.
In time, for you, Mumba, private schools. And I was a business. Maybe I call private schools. Me call public school. But my boss here, me never call public school. Oh, sa dream a day to no. Sa call public school.
Oh, nyadie.
Oh, nyadie. Yenchradie. So once the government the policy ever say there's a placement. That's a private school. No, grade 8. No, be called public school. No, aggregate. In fact, 14 or 15 now. Now, we don't have prempa. About 14, you know, it's a private school, you know. It is to encourage us, say, the Mabako public school, but then you now depend on the quality of what I say of the resource neighbor.
Okay.
Me, I do come in where that contact hours, no instructive hours now, kind. On them channel. Share I could have free a man's school bar or Buffy or Dow. But private school, yeah, they are something send no our phone, phone. What I say, now, can about what no, I yet. Or you was send it back. Oh, yes, you actually say, and maybe we are saying you're in a digital age. So we should be driven by what? Digitalization. That brought in a 1 million codes program.
Okay.
So what must I say?
Okay.
Because I didn't say your computer age. Now me I for me computer. Senior apologies. Me new computer. Phone no computer me no. Me that's me there call. They that call assignment send me. Me want my. I didn't me man the crop. I call class phone no onim. In say training. Basic training na. Ke wait my boy. It's me I can go cause I be computer schools. Computers baby. No, there you must have basic knowledge. In computer school secondary school and complete in itself. See me boy. And complete in itself is to give you basic knowledge. I say we be a law school, LLB. You're not a lawyer. But it gives you a basic idea as to how the future looks like. It's not a professional course no. All right. And then professor lecturer, masters, only master, also MPhil boy. MPhil in itself is not complete and boy. Because you aspire to go higher. What I say, constitution are made the steps, no, but implementation, no, and I take different political lines. You know, if you had a year call, but getting there, no, and a bad problem.
Anyway, I remember a young Rabuansana, you move on to the next one. Mean to last on education.
The dichotomy between say schools in the high and anything upgrade existing ones, no. Once I debatable, but said they're walking. Ujai Obia, Ophobia, so one choose school. Obia because of a grade A school. So, and in yes, I abandon the E blocks. No, once so we see community school. You should be at a place accessible. Into call developed countries, use community schools. No, a bank and Kolanoa, a Wohonoa. And he said, Meme Hoya, Wakusi, a sea, Robonso, is a crum. Said Robonso, Nino Crotte Robonso Fien. What they say, community no ana district no na akosi baby a wo be nante be 1 hour asano obi oh memwa
30 minutes
David kuta car so call the car na eko so wo free double so fi na wo nante you spend 1 hour here obi wo anyonofi wo district no opeso oba school aji so ko fa table obi wo funusua ka ko kwa anyonofi ya se wo peso de car aji so ko fa table be fa adwira be fa mampo
ansano
nti so oba day school abede even closest communities me mpeka samo isakuru mu babadua sumu so wo sa kola amra school de bia even attendance no from distance truancy ebebem nti ya ne mpe one size fits all policy sana ya dia ekum oman no one size fits all policy say ye dia ba no de yemfa nko ba bia but we need to do needs assessment. We see day school the whole community no district no we can enrollment wo nyina say basic school no bia kura free ho amakumawu amada de ase amaprempe na so mu nyina nko a almost about 400 no can it serve this school? And we say we cause financial loss to the state but what percent crofo babia you are the boarding school boarding house sorry adujama start here no na boarding ka ho go and ask them the problems are no more facing because some call yes some use that hotel se bia wa hen hada e wi akire na community no ene mabawa ene wo mu o see boarding bata ko enrollment more than 3,000 now enti ro won so de you see say the make na obi free the gombo obi free the mamprusi obi free funsia obi free onu ni ho make sam so na so mra do so day school be den wa baby me ho anso so se obi free ho a awofo no pii wo ha mo me ha dan wo so ne ba eyi die nti
what did you go in the boarding house
so we started it that's what I'm saying when I would buy you so when we were doing the feasibility study when we were doing the needs assessment did you also talk about all these things
but you've come
no I'm coming me buy say all can yes see boarding aka ho I tried all my best thank you baby so me catch yes boarding open so dia say the blog the concept ba ko one you see we are ye buy no me no dey nche see boarding na de ne haye ni say electrification baby e wono ye twe kane ane ye brave ono na do tumi tini fie da bia senka ye mfra ba mu a ka me bie school me catch them say one of the things me bie na ma anya hwe kura ma community na me beje ho say school no wo betimi aye na obi atimi aye de akobi na boarding na be ka ho
no wasema okay there emina how many E-block schools and
no can in Barcelona.
Okay, drop on so okay, I agree. Okay, excuse drop on so. That's how they don't Matthias. So let's limit access to drop on.
Yes, we can drop on so say buy no na with the existence
each TC and each political baby FR or not there.
Okay.
Possibly
it may just come here this ano. Na munim say situation no. Nti once my catch say good feasibility study is good for sustainability. Nti mun koye feasibility study mu hu say hom de kosi ho a na boarding ka ho a enipa omo be free nkura mabobo ntimi man you should have added a boarding nti me ka say one size fit all policy moa adujama de na no me ko ho me afi bia me ko school so wo ha nyina secondary school so be se me ko hwe ne ye ko so wo ho me ko adujama na no ya and then I saw set time on the boarding be kan ho they say kram say
the block was very beautiful
very beautiful to me dey ye siwura mu say me da me na ya me no den chem the boarding be kan ho ohun say ya amfa boarding an kan wa because teacher for no cry fa no better any ade nti say ye planning ade a o say to ye bo ase ni ye nkase bia politics nti say ye ba na ye ade you should look at the feasibility study well any the needs assessment any issues where standardizing and implementing policy.
So do you agree with me that politicians have not helped in a way mom more in a way because without education mom more
who say na all can you say o ba beto ade bi so na enhihye wo ho no se bia enwie pe ya o to aso a edin because it was a whole what they say dona ayi ayeko ye dey eye enti wo ba ye no so sa to boas na enti na ma yitimi nya akwanya last minute the board ye dey e kan and na all can get fund no get fund is not the only source of funding for education budgetary allocation ye dey e wo ho so the fact say ye capo ye the other means and ye sika dey other infrastructures wo infrastructure dutum his excellency na me wofa wo chance ye true na ponu so beto aso a bebre. But untimi nka say we be international governance is a continuous process. It's not an event. And it's all better so you do it said ye be ya ade no enkawuram. Okay. And the American say bia wo ka say ye ignore ya de ka nyina say schools ni bi ho a. And they say yes schools ni bi ho a ye famra grade B ni ne ade. Dodo no a percent ka de wo ho dada no. Ye nya ne kama na enye fe. na de bia wo ba bia yebetimi aye nso so de aka ho no na de aye de aka ho because at any point in time wo wofo bia kwan say onchusu school na senka wo no awo means ya
no mo ignore you blocks
enka obe ye ba ye bia say na mo start
the president want to aflaw
but say complete bi
na Akufo-Addo want to aflaw
yes
and talk if it ask him say look
oh
St. Paul secondary and 3 secondary school what you say nkona doso aflaw secondary school no you see e block no what's na don't can you no make
oh but we are okay
that is political aspect
yes baby o ha so beto
so
yeah ba baby so jama dey say na nya sanity beto aso ba me ni pe ko man
anyway so now
education dey very important to say ye nyina ba me yani aye dey akọ ho na ya pede ebetimi aboa ye in line with our national development planning. Say one
do we respect them? National development plan. Do we respect them?
Maybe say South National Development Planning Commission as a committee, no.
Do we respect them?
The rule of education. Because you say you 40 years.
Education say
yes, the rule of education and kasane fapem also at saying
right.
Government let's stick it to that plan na.
This topic we can't finish talking about.
Yes.
It's we medas na you move on. I think say idea almost about 1.5 hours. So mama pick message kakra na for yemra me hwe employment no ensem na yenka and also ewo hanum say we say NDC man desist from barbaric behavior of inviting arresting former appointees and embark upon pragmatic measures to deal with individuals who served in the previous government. We are no more in the dark ages. Greetings to Mr. Comp from Ekuokun Kumasi and Oduwe Abraham. Teacher Eric, aka Obi Hiesika Manso Watreso. President John Mahama and the NDC promised Ghanaians for 24-hour economy policy to reduce unemployment problems in the country. But yet still, nothing has been done to employ the youth. For 1 week, 3 people. For 1 week, 3 people. When are they going to implement 24-hour economy policy to reduce unemployment in the country? Yababeka employment was today in Yabotre. Hello, good evening, Kyodi. I am watching you live from Senegal, Casamas, El Kain, and my name is John Atuasan Kyodi. I think that those who cut down their cocoa trees, it was Honorable Adudompre who asked them to do that. To me, I don't blame Coco for Osa. Anyway, we see. Good evening, Kyodi. The NDC said unprintable words about Nanado, Baumia and MPP in opposition, and nobody arrested them. You have all seen what is happening. Now everybody is quiet. We are all watching. Culture of silence is back. And OWUSU Nyane and Oduwe Abraham Security. Menewo Adao Adao and Winkri and Wimbri Mwadranumri. I don't know what one is an Adao. I don't know J.J. Rollins, Tony Gihok, a Jumano ma Nere now 1 year Massa Kofi Sambre na Trino and Baye Medasi. Good evening, Kyodi. You are a fantastic man. Okay. Anyway, so that is it. My we and so and twas so. We say in Chanmo Fantun Chayansa. Good evening, Mr. Host. In fact, this MPP man is fantastic. I wish that all politicians would emulate him. I'm not seeing him as a partisan person, although I'm an NDC sympathizer. Should keep it up. Alex Ewakusombo and Oduwe Abraham in Enyumri. Good evening, host. See the way the NDC man is lying, sir. Because the apprenticeship program came at the MPP. Almost one more and this is also one day. For God is great. Production. Fear command number 9. Anyway, today I'm about politics. So let's talk about Ghana. My biggest political party is Ghana. Good evening to you, KOD, and your August panelists. GS, due to politicization by the MPP and NDC, education system still does not meet the global standard. The education system in Ghana is still theoretical. Father SK, Ewo Kenya Sikumasi, and Oduwe Abraham. The NDC man is speaking Politics, instead of answering the question, what is the way forward to solve our education problem? Alas, our salaga and Oduwe Abraying. We essay Zakaria from Bepoase. Okay, no ento. Good evening, Mr. Host. The NDC man has different thoughts on the SHS. I could read from his face that the NDC wants to stop running the free SHS. They should try. They shouldn't try because we'll punish them for that if they try to end the free SHS program. Okay, one for the secondary school level, okay, where the message power are considered as the important first step because it provides stronger foundation for core subjects, literacy and numeracy. SHS builds solid reading, writing and math skills. Technical vocational programs still need you to read manuals, do measurements, calculate costs and write report. Science, basics, physics, chemistry and biology concepts come up in trades like electrical works, welding, catering and health-related vocations. Better decision-making, SHS exposes you to many subjects. You might enter thinking you want auto mechanics, then discover you actually love IT or visual arts after trying it in SHS. Reduces the risk of picking a trade you later regret. Maturity and discipline, these extra 2-3 years matter. SHS helps students develop time management, study habits, and critical thinking. Vocational training in hands-on and fast pace. Students who've built discipline in SHS tend to cope better. Okay, once one for Udin Amba. KWABENA Acidity, SA Ghana Education Service is back on its track under John Dramani Mahama as administration. Special greetings to the Okaya. Also, come details kakra. Excellency John Dramani Mahama and NDC cannot do anything about double track. They should give us a break from Kojo Smiler and Tampo North and Oduwe Abraying. The last one say, good evening, Kyodi. This NDC man is not on top of issues. Next time, oh, please be careful of how you speak to my panel. But that's it. I won't tolerate something. But don't judge the person by what he says. All right, so me uncle unemployment. So we take a case study from a year report by say about 78% of NDC grassroots also unemployment are a problem, and truly unemployment has become problem. And yes, Sanka. Juma FAB 5,000, about 500,005 people are apply for that job. May come the security services, no, and no buy be a teacher for the me. It is about 90,000 in the Guachre. You do 40,000 as a Munclusua, no. Unemployment. This time I'm just free. Richmond Hall. Oh, Muntu. Yes. And the way forward. That's why you have to look at it.
Issue in Ghana and yen nene.
So the
way forward never become one.
Okay.
I see also sure we are need free bar. We are be do maybe very what prefer solution to it. What can I say when MPP was in power? I think Honorable Abekandapa wrote something to the presidency.
Say a national security threat.
Have you understand me? Now a acknowledgement of a fact. Because when people don't get job to do, right? The miscreants among them resort to crime as a means of living. What can I say? NDC grassroots is 78% any money. You see, it is the expectation of every party person. So, oh, so my power, or send me here, but government cannot employ everybody. Political appointment never, senior, Edu was saying, never. What I said. It comes in every government. I always say it comes in stages. Maybe me approve na come pay. Me come pay. Senior come pay. But I have never stood anywhere. I can want some that. Because you see, your time will come.
If you see, appointment,
if you see, no, that is jobs. No, to people, they think what my party comes to power.
Also, me baby say.
Listen, we are Juma. Francis, they be unya be 300 cities. This is director. Now call you 2,500. appointment no and no when you want to scanner bum no. What you say? So the expectation is that oh ya ba power there. Or say nya adwuma. Ka ye fa police for yi. Na ka ya catch them say o mi nipa 5. Na wo nu bia fa ne bra. E bia nkola be ko secondary school yi. Wa ko prempe mo headmaster mo nkola to the system does not work like that. Where so we can general unemployment make makabi. But so can party phone sem na your chairman generation kiti wa kan say yantu your boss your time will come. Because I don't think say when appointment no and our government be running on till the end. Ahead they are the reshuffle and people will come in. Timi the mesre. Me nyanum do asu for no say yen kan akoma dey. Entu yem yenum so twa ope. Rome was not built in a day. And it is not easy to think it is easy the way it is. Ahead they are the eba. When we come to general unemployment, me additional commission case unemployment it is a nipa omo adwuma insano adwuma nipa ometima ya adwuma na mo pa adwuma ni bi na enso adwuma dey anyhow
and na consider say unemployment
and consider unemployment
okay
sir me boss yi or a lecturer oduma ko classroom but onya school go try there
okay
what you say me ni say nim there no me person ko try there
and they say
so I'm not unemployed or no unemployed
sir
yes.
You don't see those things.
No. He's a lecturer. Supposed to be in a classroom.
Yes.
What true application now? On school ni biere. Everyone coach chadi. Me me lecturer. We need to him there no. Person coach chadi. He me one unemployed. He's the one who is unemployed, not me.
Okay.
Because he has a skill. What I say?
Do you see unemployment as people who have skills and not being employed?
What is the definition of unemployment?
We don't need you, my.
As at this year, no, me can maybe say your youth employment deficit is 12 to 13%. What I say? In the foreseeable future, no, be more than that. MPP buy, no, they did their best. So they created some miniature programs. A bit of mankolano, ayejuma.
Are they sustainable?
But I'm coming to sustainable. Are they sustainable?
Yeah.
Right? When you say why you buy, no, a fankolano, but year biano, 2 years biano, you renew. Sustainability in any ho. Nation builders call. Sustainability in any ho. Do you know why? The same pressure you put on government, you know, and that same pressure went on to the government. You quality fee, judgment. So I ban create some ad hoc program be. What I say? Na kakrabia, no the amount. So for it to be sustainable, no, it boils down to how we handle our youth, what we tell them when they're looking for power.
Okay.
Say a campaign, need a power na, and somebody catch them.
Why I remember Jumaye.
Juma me tie. National Apprenticeship Program. Manyabi o. Me manyabi. But I'm not crying. The onya party back. Ebi onya bi. Ko onimobi nti oko. What I say? But me dey say I know my time will come. But the way forward they say aban e dey maybe to kwam say o believe say no bit my help job creation. Na akeba unemployment no. Aban say o create 800,000 jobs. And how is the government going to create those jobs? The government brought out what we call the big push. So the big push initiative, no, a construction system, right? It's a company being a juma of 5, subcontracted before 2, we for 3, we for 4, we for 5. A bit expanded economy, no. I'm a man for a juma. Then the 24-hour economy. Kessben here, you are doing virtually 24 hours. Yeah. Inti financial wire you know upon 10 o'clock. Someone will have to come and continue.
Yeah.
So people are coming in, people are going out, right? But that alone is not sufficient. That alone is not sufficient. In the day, so okay, I must access energy. I want building more plants. So there be a power, no. Big jinaso. Because a jinaso and offer any parade day. A money adjuma. Then a 1 million coders program. 1 million coders program. Now notice I buying at a computers are more, right? So now if you have 1 million computer literates and coders, now say with me be on one small computer firm. No offer you or foul. If I know me, you know, what's for be a figure about. So government is indirectly looking at those areas. Say, dear, meet my I'm a youth no or choose to no. Et my free no so. I'm in for program imra no for more day. In shim. I know say ba computer I don't know. Yes, you need. So why do I say I'm unemployed? What do I say? Oko agri sector na abanse me the or the farmer service centers. Eba. Right. It does not work in a vacuum. It's going to employ people to work. But you must have the requisite skill to be employed. There's also making efforts. So at least technicians are no me more. So they began from somewhere. Say me person be a technician will be a Kessben and some radio station to. I mean train and they train themselves to where they are. Government is now supporting SMEs through the NIP program. I buy Muska, so master. Me boss Abbas Modin, baby away or Bob small businesses with grants. Celebrate with money admire. What can I say? So government is not sitting and looking on at what is going on. I buy no the programs are too common, but se onya even se Christo crabane a bane. That's what when you find you can have Christ cannot come to you. Yeah. Or so prepare say with me receive Christ. The mini animal OWUSU say adwani ho. Have you boiled yourself for the job? But Obia has no idea. Any idea Obia or something he can do. Those are the things you do. You Obia and a bit to me, any that employable skill set, technical knowledge to do something. There are laborers, there are other people who does not require any specific skills. So stand out kind of there. That's for say one nine way. I think I'm saying. So we are but all because it's sustainable. And it's sustainable because eventually, so we are you go back to where you come from. Yeah. And people say this they were also creating those avenues for me to know. So why not give opportunity for people to have skilled friends and knowledge so that a basic employment that these people can. And I mentioned the National Apprenticeship Program. We need MPP to be by how many name rants on Pejuma? Cody. And the issue is when you are buying any rant and then Cody. And name rants and Opa her, man, nothing free her. Uncle PZ, Uncle Dr. Benson, Uncle ABCH, name is our boys and say, a band of person who could Juma or Bobo. How many person who Juma? Never more be jobs. I'll come back to you. I remember Honorable Hona Mintion also.
Rebecca Krebin. Politicians here, Kobontia, in Yankomobiani.
Be a grand few more.
Let me depart Seminia or Casano. Or can't say in some way catch a woman. Becca Crano. Politician, you also your political communication. You're very new. May my catcher uncle for say there are 10 items here. Maybe so Emma may catchers or may catchers and men to about. Unemployment, corruption. Unemployment, corruption, unemployment, exchange rate, fuel, and others, and security. They say the Ghana for Bay analysis about good governance, and then they say, well, policy out the bay and for so many and you can't be because ya come ya try who see so okay so I send the party for say or munya jumanye so I say 78 him na make on report on your so okay you added it say almost say into na utu omufu but utu omufu ni nyina no the ntia omo da mo ka ne say mo na mo ka kire ye say 1 job 3 people 3 shift 133 we be mo pa ho ntima enti omo se mo mfa ma wo mo ne enye we kra mo nkwa nkrofo na eke yo enti omo nye party fo a wo mo susu nye dwuma ni bi nye se na wo mo susu beka ke se oman ti ho e wo ho na se ye se ye de bego atopra se ya ni be ye no wo ka se wo se economic security is the foundation of national security. Nyame said nneɛma bebree sisi a yɛfi sɛ bi a kwa na yɛsi. A nation cannot guarantee security when it cannot guarantee job.
Okay.
Now, a problem with Ghana. We don't solve problems, we manage problems.
We don't solve problems.
We manage problems.
You manage, you know?
Yes.
Yes, so
all person solve a problem, you look for the root cause. And to until say root cause on the free honor, we are dear, the end best your friend recurring. Hey, what called one so episode, Muni Unkura, more savannah areas. A rubby. A grass type, maybe. Minim said you could be a friend, your friend or Segogro. I believe for Shiabi no Sia, Minu had walk or something to be. Say, Oko and Opana Kodo Neguha Sheen. Opa, watching numerous are connected to your say, when to me, you know, Wada, Ebesaba. And instead, say a bad address problem no from the root cause, only associated in the Yaman yourself. And the Yaman yourself, and the Yai come. Yan tibis automatic posting in Ababa. Emma school for ya, and the woman to her eye say, ye be a porter and a nipper almost about 40,000. Nejuma to say one more penal. A bit more hard can you one more pill, but there are no opportunities. Because they say you many got basketball.
Mambinisa,
Basketball, many apart from security services, Ministry of Health, Ghana Education Service, and some part of local government work. Be any hobby. Until survival of the fittest near the pedumane. But we know the root cause. The solution is in our own hands. Or maybe a private sector no kuta o man no. Nti so obusa mini ase wo mo a wo mo ko school wo mo nya den. Ya na efi se formal employment in kwana employment. Informal sector enu ne kuta o man we. Enu carry almost about 80%. Yenu and Momoko Gugaram say site ni nyina enye se kwa se wo mo pe ho. But they don't have opportunities. We don't have any option. Anything wo mo wo ho. Enti se wo tackle unemployment. First now we need industries here. School no mo ko ni nyina hifa no mo nko ye adwuma. Coders here work, I'll come back to that. Omo wi a hifa no mo nko ye adwuma. Mimi kro mo ko ho a se di ntia drobon so ko ho na emrante no ho ye fe. Na bi no mutimi si adan ye mairu a ko ho fa ni almost about 5,000. Wo mo ho. Kasa nkwala ngan hifa no mbeko. Wo mo ko e ne nya school nkwa no mbeko. E bi no mu ye tractor operators. Ebinumu ye omo msesa plywood omo ye into veneer and lumber omo obia woni nsa no adwuma wo ye enti unemployment na ye kan nyese wa ku school nkwa na oni adwuma ti asem bia eyi kan ye ILO director general mame potom you amechirim twi Gilbert F Hungu was it the challenge before us is not only how many jobs are created but what kind of job for whom and under what condition. Under what condition and for whom and what kind of job and what creating? Sika ya tuagu some initiative limu anya juma. And sustainability. And today the obi a prayer call security service. Obi a prayer call GES. Obi a prayer call kasa da chire. Obi a prayer call baby a ne ho beton ne say obi a sustainable job. Na sa area say ambo e ho kwa ne wo. But say we are buying now you mind no one creating industries. Ama private sector no so wanso mo asene no mo anye kwan anye nyuma mfa bia bed ni nyina da so what is na no yese ye tax what they say your wage bill to GDP no is 44%. Now ye basically to adwuma for ye ko bob sia because obia de nani akohwa ban so enti se yetena ho wie na se ye yesa ye tua ye statutory payments ye tua ye niema bia de aka ye nsempirentimi ntua adwuma for ka enti be den wanya bia yi kwan obeden wanya bia ye adam infrastructure development ya enu so beboa enu ntina private sector no so mu a unya two benefits. One, enipa dodo no a wage bill na ma wo ebe ko private sector no wo be say nya to asa from ho na wo so no wo ha na wanya bia yi akwan enti say yes yete ha see yes of unemployment ya no without recourse to the fact say you lay foundation no we are managing the situation but we are not solving it.
How do you solve it?
How do you solve it? We have the short term, the medium term, and the long term.
With NAPCO.
NAPCO, it was one of the creative ways here. You bear now unemployment graduate association, Munam de buy NT, 2017 na nkwala tifia tikuo so omunya dwuma nye na mo so de akwa IMF IMF aka kire se mfa nipa na won so ye mobo ebi no mu nkwala bi ye nkwala abone say da bi so na obusam na ko wasem na ko kana ko ka we do obusam na ko I haven't mentioned anything about napko even we find nipa almost about 49,000
se kwa mu do muka
enya bi ye but ye no ma mo de bonyono be bata ho ka kire o mo se nam kunura ye hu but ye be no mo tifi e no sa ye necessary evil my party no
se kwa mu de muka
say ye de aboa ebinum nya kwan kura bia o munwuma bi nso so enya formal employment ena kakra na kai kakra edi wo mo no ena mo de amanyosem be bata ho se mo de mo ba
se kwa mu ntia
fine enye na ye wa ba em di yesre e ba ye no na mo problem mo akati enti me say ya me ma appointment enti de me kan say so person so
doctor to ante akra wa chiri wo
dabi una wo de
ba ozo ante akra wo
dabi una wa
ko za adin kwa wiye no
your time I'll give you the run up no more wrap up so
say onu na be some question you have to respond and am gwa say bibia nko ka papa enye kede una wo bi sam say napko na me kire bi enti napko no ye den e ba ye ke enti de ye kan nyina ne say the short term no any sa nkakra ye say e bia ye the apprenticeship yaba ye the yaba ni ade but the medium term no ne say he fa ene ye de ani hwa ye be create nyuma enkwala ne wie school do ko benya dwuma ye de aye then the long term ne industrialization enu nti na nka ye start ye no na nka ye fee say ye betima use one district one factory no as a means say nka private sector ne be so asene na nka enkwala na tuma nya bia ye de akọ enu na ma ebe wie ya kire wo kan ho nsem a na fe so ye educational system ye din ka ho asem no ye hwe ho so programs bi a wo de ba maka kire say ye feasibility study nya program ni sustainable I will not be like the negative people because I bet I say move away from negative people. They have problem with every solution. When say sa could they say His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia neka ne policy. But minimum scope we mo dia ba wo boss say be create employment no. Your free technology acceptance model. One, we have the perceived use of use and perceived usefulness. Se nipa ni hu ade no hu faso na fe nsusu ni bisu a ena na nije ho ma ojetum code se de ya ye ka ho asem minim the scope but se ekoye usual thing say obi akosua wie ye jano onko ne nam bra onya financing model bi support bi ye nya synergy bi say e bia won kam ho agum aba na so masa fintech bi and say technology company bi because omo wie nyina no omo wie a omo besa be ye adwuma and you name the level of proficiency baby or musu akodru hwe na me chance on article bitie we say Oracle one of the giants when it comes to technology was a lay off enipa makomako 80,000 enipa makomako 80,000 unu me dinti a we you amafrim no they as a result of reduced need for human workers because of AI and workflow automation now what come back from where was say this sika no support data center because one technology nyina ekọ na ba bia misuro a mebusa se coders yo musu akodu level bi ni say was say AI will wipe up half of entry level high collar jobs in the US entry level coding customer service and entry level coding ni say with proficiency in the programming enisura uwia umedumanye because we are training them to become global and become more competitive. And this is now the end of form. Now we know to me match colleagues ya global you know to develop software be able to talk. And I was say my mimi was say one year research made for Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Was say AI no kwa replace almost about 12% of US workforce and it is going to cut 1.2 trillion and independent.
Na 2026 na buy na.
We are 2026 na when half of the year.
My member willing to now wrap up my time now.
Kodi. My kan kwanche doc say. MPP ba be mu no. The only sustainable idea on the buy say just sustainable mpo. On the buy say sustainable here one district one factory.
No.
One district one factory.
No keke.
Akoya one chrono one dam. Oh. Shall I tell you? The MPP did not put up one single factory from scratch. Sure. One company, I'm building here. No, one building from scratch.
Okay, you say you are going to partner with the private sector. Some policy need some kind of politics.
Mobile, no. I know besides say. See, go and read around the 1 million coders, go and read. They are even doing AI machine learning.
Proficiency level, Ben.
And I'm that's
why I started saying, scope.
I'm giving them a Modia say, I the paper beer and this
never do that.
If you
never do that.
Your time. There was nothing like National Apprentice Program.
When I catch you, where you do work.
Now, what launching about
Yeah.
When you launch it?
That one.
It was there.
They launched it where? What was it launched?
I was a parliamentary candidate.
No. What was it launched?
Oh, it doesn't matter. If it is
launched
launched or
not. What was it launched?
Who launched here now in fine party? What does it mean?
No, what was it launched? Doesn't mean who. Me say National Apprentice Program. On the Batam Bay. What was it launched?
Not
Our time is up. Thank you very much, Wellington. Medasi. Time now, so I wish you had time. Yes.
What now? Me Papa be flip or hene. Work on my Saturday no be.
Okay.
Of a premier. No no say mistake by my collab come bano. Marco no shouldn't birthday. O man for man. Wishing a happy birthday. Nyanya belated. Wishing a happy birthday.
All right. Dr. Jaco drew so. Also, ne yere eye baso nyame adwa memenda we baso 18th of April na babaso ewo bantama kumase eho ne den betumpem anopa no nsia kopense no wotwe ebebo ewi aye ofusuma ma no ewo honum na ya pe na kopen krabe wa aguna royal asiye wo eye nkasem ahafo na ya sa betena se 18th of April na 2026 no ene ni kwesi ada nyina beba so ewo Bantama Presby School Park ewo Bantama eho no Dr. Jaco Drew ene na ye adwuma ewo hanu say doctor ma yakọ na ense Drew hono ma ye beba na afi yenso yaba abechamo na de tie no kunsu hene nso ni nuaba eda fom ono nso nyame ya aduma ya wode ya na eno nso eba so ewo eye kunsu nana you wish you well yankopon inshallah yes sir right 1 week no eba so eye maame comfort donko eta friend anti comfort ya woda na eba so kunsu ono nso no asanso na ni nua so baako ono nso nana ya kese ono nso yesi no ohene nkoso ohene ho wo nua okay asompa hene malam ya yenua asompa hene wo kus bwati krum nti eno so no right yefansi meda eye ora Richmond mejene so pa Richmond Wellington okasade NDC otene kasanso na honorable George Akom eye former MP MPP candidate for Sexual Front Place ono ene bebo am yedi dwumade me ni kwabeno so na reference am send message nyenya na yetimi kan mo fa nchen yetimi akan dodo no beda mala me yase one the technical crew omo na bo am yedi Adwenkyere na nwumre bam na si esua bibie de free mu ya me ya adoma mrepa ya besan hia ya kramo bye bye